So I know you guys haven't seen a video from me in a while, but here's why. Alright, so as I told y'all, I would tell you exactly why you haven't seen any videos from me. First things first, let me unpack myself. So I came back over to the school tonight, which is a Friday night, just to kind of, kind of go over some things. So, for one, you haven't seen videos from me because I clearly have been busy. Not only busy, just like with life, it's just literally like busy here, busy at home, and all of that stuff. So, I came back to school tonight because I left my desk area a mess. All this week, we broke down the filing cabinet that was back there because it wouldn't open. So like I said, I left my desk a mess. I have been trying to set up like an art center. So I'm trying to get that together. And then from there, I am trying to, just kind of like I said, get my ducats in a row here. I want to get stuff kind of like prepped and ready eventually for like, when it is we want to use it. I want a bin of stuff that, like I can file away, which I need to do with this. And then there's a bucket where it's stuff that needs to be laminated. So I'm trying my best to just, like I said, clean up around the room. If it needs to be done, I need a spot for it, point blank period. Like I said, I'm just cleaning up. This is what I mean by my desk is a mess. I don't want to leave it this way. I kind of just have like a little bit of everything going on everywhere. I'm kind of using this one right here as like for myself. These are like check sheets, whatever, or sheets that I've done. I am trying to, like I said, plan some things. Like we want to do like a write the room as a center. I can draw, just like whatever. So I need to make copies of these things and just put them in something to know that, whatever. So we have a craft coming up. I need to kind of do this too. Like I said, it's a few things I want to do today, but the main thing is to get these crafts started and organized and stuff that I actually made copies of. So I have found this thing on Pinterest called Letter Pizza. The way that I'm going to do it is put it in a Ziploc bag because we have so many. So it's Letter Pizza. They'll pull out one of these letters after I cut them and put them in little Ziploc bags. And so what we're doing is only allowing 4 kids at a station at a time. That way it's kind of manageable with what's what. So just like I said, I'm gonna cut these out, put them in a bag, and then some of the craft stuff I might take home and work on. I'm just not trying to be here all night. Right now it's like currently 7 o'clock. And like I said, I'm not trying to be here all night. So I'm just doing that. I also was sharpening pencils earlier. Like I said, I'll be multitasking. I was trying to sharpen the pencils so that the students had fresh, pencils to be able to color with next week. Of course, white is not barely used. So I'm doing that. All right, so I have my computer open. I'm printing off this, why is it? Yeah, okay, I'm printing off this I have Who Has. That way we can do that once we've started working on letters, and that will go like in the back. I also need to print off our Genius Hour stuff. I need to know like who goes with who type of thing, but I don't need the whole thing. So I just need pages 1 through 4 printed, and we can make this print on both sides. I'm gonna exit out of that. Uppercase letter M. So I'm printing out this template right here where they can do like a mouse or a mountain, I think. I can't remember which one it is. But I'm printing that out. And then I also have this that I'm printing out right now. We're learning like basic things. So we're learning how to draw a person. I thought that I could print this and this could be an extra for when the time is. I'm also printing this because it's part of Handwriting Without Tears. My name is, they can write their name on the line and then they can draw a picture. Like I said, it's from Handwriting Without Tears, and I really do firmly believe in handwriting without tears. Otherwise, you have tears. I also made this on Canva. This is just a shake and spill, and I'm thinking of like creating like a math center for them to be able to shake and spill out of a cup, 5 counters. They have to color the ones that are red and then color the ones that are yellow, and then it's basically like doing math problems equal to 5. And I need to print off these other letters. So right now we just did H and K, we've done L, U, W, and so Monday we'll end up doing probably X, Y, and Z. So this is something that's going to be in like a review. And then there's one more that I need to print, and I can't remember. So eventually we'll need to do like the center starting capital letters. So I'm gonna go ahead and print that off, have that ready. Like I said, just building up a pile of stuff that is gonna be beneficial. And then they also have like the magic C capital letters, T, O, Q, and G. I'm gonna have that ready. Like I said, they'll do handwriting practice with me, and then eventually we'll work into lowercase letters. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on getting done. So that's printed, letter, all that good stuff. And then I have a book that I wanted to do. It's like when I grow up, I want to be A, and then they draw a picture of what they want to be. I created this on Canva myself to make as a class book. And then this is the front page. Lily wants to be a teacher when she grows up, or maybe a dancer or a surgeon or a pilot. What do you want to be when you grow up? Finish the sentence and draw a picture. So this will be like the second page in the book, and then the first page will be like this, and then I'll just write you know, like the title on it. Anyways, let me get some more done here, because I think that at the moment that was what I needed. But I also needed to pull up the craft thing, so I know exactly like what it is I'm making, or whatever the case may be, so that I can show demonstrations of it and stuff like that. So so my plan for like the letter M, because that's like the main letter that we were working on, is this. So I printed this out. They can either make a mouse or a monster, one of the two. So I'm organizing my craft section by like holidays. So fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving will all be together. I've printed this off, which is right here. I have that ready. I'm gonna cut these and put it in this bag. I'm gonna have this, which is in this bag. And then I need to cut out some brown strips to make the fence, and then I need to do this. So I need to make sure that I have not only brown, but I have yellow, green, and black paper. And then for this, I have all those colors. I have brown. I need to grab probably some light blue. I will do this at home because I have paint at home. And then I already have that, yeah, so I'll just grab the paper for more of that. And then, you know, this is what I'll just, like I said, put together at home to bring in for next week. All right, honestly, the last thing for me to do is really cut up these letters and put them in the bag. And then make copies of the stuff that I pulled out to just like whatever. I made a little shelf, not shelf, but like container behind my desk that says literacy and math, and that's gonna just help me figure out like what needs to go where. So right now it's currently 7:39. So I'm in really good time as far as like getting things done. The cutting would probably take me like 5-10 minutes. I've already, printed some stuff off, so it'll be ready to go. These letters literally will take no time. They're not on cardstock, so I'm not really worried about the cutting. I'm more along the lines worried about just getting it done. And for a minute, I thought I had lost my, I thought that I had lost out on my Ziploc bags, but I didn't. I found them, so let me just finish and then take you guys up to the copy with me. And I'm gonna give you guys one more good walkthrough of our classroom, probably in a different video, just to show you guys like what it looks like now versus when it did, like just so you guys can see if there was any change that we made to the room, which there was. There's been multiple changes. That's just what it's like working with my coworker, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I think that you have to be willing to change in order to adapt to the kids' needs. So I'll show you guys that, and then I kind of will talk a little bit more just like about how our centers go and things like that. So I'll see you in a few. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was like literally just going at it with the copier that I got everything copied that I needed to. I left my handwriting without tear stuff up on the copier, so I need to go back and get that. And I still just need to take out the stuff in the wall, and then also just finish these last 2 sets. So after that, that's gonna be really it. All right, y'all, so I took the papers down. I'm just putting them in their mailboxes. That way, one less thing for me to have to do come Monday. Yeah, I'm still waiting on those papers to finish. So once I walk up and go grab them, bring them back, that is when I will just end up leaving out. The rest of the stuff I'm just gonna take home and do, because it's the art stuff, so I'm not really worried about it at this moment. Wrong mailboxes. All right, we got kids writing names backwards or just not putting it on their papers at all. I'm trying to figure out whose this is without sending it home with the wrong person. Then again, when you don't have a name on it, it goes in recycle. So let me go get this stuff so I can show you the room one last time before I go. All right, y'all, I got everything I needed off the printer. So I have handwriting without tears, numbers literally 1 through 10, and then the review. And then in the back, I end up doing letters H, K, L, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Then it's those other letters. X, Y, Z. Then the review, C, O, Q, and G. Then the next ones, which would be S, A, I, T, J, the review, and then capitals, because that means that we've went through it all. So let's go back and look at the, yes, I did come in my pajamas. So, okay, here's the room. Nothing really has changed. Our lunch count, stuff is over here. This is what they put their folders in on Monday, snack bin. They now have these book bins, and they put 3 books in them. We keep colored pencils over here. Glue sticks and markers. We've kind of changed up where people sit at. They do have tape on the floor now. We have our schedule. We use this little clip to kind of go down the schedule if they're missing crayons, they're in there. They can come up and get pencils. We put finished work, unfinished work up here. Kind of like, you know, just going on with that. This is our literacy center. And like I said, nothing really has changed, right? So you guys see, like I said, that nothing has changed. All of our math centers are over here still, but the centers are on top. I finally have my area together, which is the reason why I came back tonight. So like I said, I'm gonna put these over here because this is what they'll work with me on. And then that's for literacy and for math. So I hope that you all enjoyed catching up with me, seeing what I've been up to, seeing what I'm actually doing back at work, and you know, just how literally teachers can get nothing done when you actually have the kids around in the room all day long. So lights are going off and I'm heading out of here.